I literally can't anymore. I keep seeing people blow the fuck up on YouTube. So many new little faces, you know what I mean? So many funny little silly little people that I enjoy. And they're also funny and great. But also sometimes I think like I'm funny and I'm great. If anything, I'm the funniest and the greatest. So what am I doing? I'm fucking filming. I'm beginning on this shit. Y'all can watch me. You don't have to, but I'm just saying, like, I want there to be the option there because I think that I think people would enjoy it. Now, what should we do? Okay, me and my friends started writing like bucket lists for 2025. Should we do that? That's kind of lame. Me just sitting here being like, this could be cool. I was gonna like organize my makeup and jewelry, which is behind this wardrobe. So we could do that. First, I need to poo-poo. I'm gonna show you guys my predictions for 2025. Alright, this is like my getting ready area right now. Also, I know this thing looks dirty as fuck, but it's actually an old oven. Yeah, kind of gang. I'm gonna, oh my gosh. I completely forgot. I was supposed to show you guys the predictions. Oh my gosh, okay. Anyway. Some of them are like a little bit crazy, but I'm gonna read ones that like aren't too unhinged. Mr. Beast negligence lawsuit, real. Kid Laroi and Tate McRae break up, but she has a fucking glow up. I'm not a big Tate McRae fan or anything. This isn't me being like, my slippery's gonna glow up. I don't know either of those people, but for some reason I sense it. They're gonna break up and she's gonna be in her bag. Emrata Tell All podcast. I was originally thinking a book for her, but 2025 is just giving podcast. It's giving celebrity interviews. Need I say more? We already know the example. Pete Davidson and Sydney Sweeney. Maybe. And Sabrina Carpenter x Fortnite collab. Don't screenshot the video and read the ones that I said not to read. The thing is, I used to have this Snapchat story, like a private Snapchat story. And like, it genuinely changed my life a little bit. In good ways and bad ways. Like, it definitely made me more confident and now I can talk in front of a camera. Even if someone was like sitting across the room right now, all I would do is just be a little bit more quiet to be respectful to them. I'm not gonna be sitting there like, hi guys. Okay, I'm actually rambling. There's no point to what I'm saying right now. Okay, so on my Snapchat stories, like, this is also why I can't be a YouTuber. No, I could be a YouTuber. I just need like to keep the point. Wait, should I quickly write down some points that we can gloss over? What things, see, this is the thing. I want to be like, what things do people enjoy? This is like for me. Okay, actually, maybe I should do that real quick. I'm going to write a really quick little list. Okay, firstly, I do want to talk about like YouTube. I talked about it briefly at the start. I just wrote YouTube with a D. We're going to talk about that. New tubers. That's what they're called. New tubers. That's what it's called when they've just started in 2024 or 5. New tubers. Let's talk briefly about female friendships. I love that shit. It's been hot on my mind. Girlies have been hot on my mind. Just female friendships, that shit, like, and females, they're so great. They're always on my mind. Well, not always, but like recently, always. I just love you guys. I just want sisters. I want to be sisters with everyone. I want us always to be sisters. What's in 2025 is not dissing other women at all. Really, that's your sister. She's just a girl. Love her. Give her a hug. You guys don't have to be best friends, but like, all I'm saying is like, she's your sister and look after her. Should we talk about like, I'm going to talk about what I want to do more in 2025. Like, not really big things, but just little things that like continue my vibe, like in a good way. Chunky vibes. Okay, so I think that it's so fun. See, in a way, I think that people are going to YouTube now because we're realizing that the short form content isn't really like, first like the best for us, but also just not the best like content. I just think that a lot of people can do much cooler things, especially like artistically, on this platform. You have more time, more editing capability. Also in terms of like becoming an influencer, becoming famous, whatever, like on an app like this, it could be like, you could have better longevity. Like, I just feel like genuinely soul-wise, for a creator and a viewer, YouTube is just like a little bit better. I'm really not out here trying to hate on TikTok because genuinely the TikTok ban in the US, that is crazy. I'm arguing with people whether it's still banned or not. I literally don't even know. Because obviously there was the pop-up like, thank you Trump for giving it back. But also I've been told that that was just a meme. But also AOC was, I don't know. I don't know. For context, this was filmed like the 2 days after the whole drama. It's been kind of busy. Like, I just got a Gmail notification saying you have a new message. I've never received a notification like that because I'm talking about like apps and stuff. Get off. That's not it. I almost fell out of my chair. This thing's wobbly, but also I'm kind of leaning in it. You guys need to see my Halloween costume. Also with YouTube, I'm loving how authentic and chill everything is. I'm loving the camcorders. I'm loving the shitty iPhones. I'm loving that every time I finish a video, someone's picking up a guitar, strumming it, and then surprisingly singing a beautiful fucking indie song into their mic. Like, I need more of it. I love the lack of editing. I love how slow-paced it is. It feels so adorable. It feels friendly. I'm just loving that we're having this new rebirth of YouTubers. No, but like honestly though, I'm loving that there is this weird like YouTube renaissance. Also another thing, I love the lack of thumbnails. I feel like the titles are getting so personal and cool. Like every time I see like a title now on YouTube, I'm like, wow, like the universe is like giving me this. I just feel like we're all like happy with what's up. I mean, we're all not happy with what's up, but because of that unhappiness, we're like creating our own happiness in a very, very cutesy way. Like very cutesy. Very briefly, I want to just go on a little tangent about slang and like brain rot talk and everything. I think that it's really cool when you can be an intelligent person and use that kind of language. I think that it keeps you very like relatable and accessible. And it's also just not giving into that kind of like idea that you have to speak a certain way in order to be perceived as like intelligent or educated or whatever. Like 2025, I'm very pushing boundaries. I was even thinking about this earlier today at work. I started because my coworker like thought she looked kind of drab, whatever, and she was joking like, looked like I stepped out of my trailer, and like we both giggled about it. And then I was kind of thinking like, it's funny how out of embarrassment like you tend to, well, it's like projection, you know what I mean? Like, you hate that bit about it yourself. You're gonna project that. You're gonna like be like, oh my gosh, it's like those people. You know what I mean? I don't know where this was going. Fuck. Oh, okay, where it was going was, I feel like when I'm doing something or I'm acting a certain way or I say a certain thing and I get like an older white woman kind of look at me like, that'll make me like, sir, yes, sir. Sorry, ma'am. And 2025, I don't want that. I just really don't want to pander to anyone. I want to like know who I respect and who I look up to, and know who I don't exactly look up to. Still respect them, but don't fold. Like don't have to try and fit into their bubble of what they think is like acceptable. And it's not even because a lot of my actions are discriminated against. Let's just say I'm trying to like pave a path for women, for anyone. Like, you can still be very kind, respectful, conscientious. Like, you can still thrive in a space and make people comfortable. Well, I guess some people will be uncomfortable, but that's just like, again, you gotta know who you look up to. Well, I'm like speaking to myself. You gotta know who you look up to. You gotta know who you respect and who you like would value the opinion of. You know what I mean? Are we done with the YouTube thing? I don't know what else more to say. Should I say like concerns about YouTube? My concerns are that we're obviously gonna get something like the Logan Paul, Forrest, that kind of vibe. If everyone's switching to YouTube, awesome, great. How do you get your name up there? What do you do? The answer's never nice. The answer's never pretty. The answer's never respectable. I do fear that I would be like that. I'm a little bit attention hungry. I'll do things that I don't necessarily agree with just because I'm like, I get a little bit enthralled. I don't know. I get swept up with the fun. I'm a fun addict. I'm a silly, goofy, fun addict. TBH. Lock me up. YouTube's just popping off. I don't know if it's just because I've been using it more. I've been trying to scroll less. Doom scrolling, don't do it, honey. I can't speak because I always have something playing. Like, I always have something on my TV, but at least it's not a 15-second video. If I'm not watching it, it's literally just background noise. I'm not really someone who can multitask. I give like 100% of my, hence why I'm not cleaning right now. Like, if I was cleaning, my mouth would be shut. It's really unfortunate. I don't think this life is actually cut out for me then. You gotta walk and talk, like, for real. Well, I guess you don't have to. Like, some people just be sitting on their bed like, hi. What? Like, you can answer back. I was literally about to be like, what? What do you guys, like, want to see? Like, I've never seen a YouTuber, like, be like, what do you guys want to see more of? And then I actually have, like, an answer. You know what you're doing with yourself. You know what you're best at. Like, do that. It also is, like, what I want to do, like, in a way. Like I was saying about the not pandering. I want to be able to just do me. And if people don't fuck with it, people don't fuck with it. Like, there's gonna be people who do. It doesn't matter if there's, like, 100. Bro, it doesn't matter if there's 50. It don't matter if there's 20. And I can be like, hey, Twananam. What was the next thing? Female friends. Yeah. That's my reaction. No, okay. So on a real note though, 2024, I definitely was like the year of the female friend. Like, I tried to meet as many people as I can. I tried to just actually like engineer. That was a crazy word pick. I tried to like build, I suppose it was engineering. You know, when you're like, how do I make friends? Like, how do I message someone being like, you want to hang out? I just got over that. That's done. If I want to hang out with you, I will message you being like, you're really cool. Like, we should make plans one time. My bad thing, though, is, like, following it up. Like, I'll just have first initial one. Oh, no. Do you know what also is my trouble? Is, like, okay, this is getting... Okay, I feel like I need to write down points. Fuck. Okay, so essentially, get over it. No one's gonna think you're weird. And if they do, they're honestly... Like, they don't honestly think you're weird. I think that they're intimidated by the fact that, like, you're so open and willing. Like, I think if you're gonna, like, message someone being like, hey, you're awesome, like, would you ever wanna, like, do something? And they would respond, like, literally, like, who are you? Like, if they were to have some kind of reaction like this, it literally has nothing to do with you. I mean, actually, it might. Like, actually, like, I shouldn't say that because also sometimes, like, especially if you guys know each other well, and she's still reacting like that, maybe she just doesn't like you. And if that's the case, just go look for someone else. Like, just go look for someone else. Don't change yourself just because you really like this girl. Like, don't do that. Also, she's kind of a B word because why is she not just giving you the time of day? But also, like, to empathize with the girl that just doesn't like you, sometimes it does just happen. Like, I think because of the type of person I am, I'm very, like, friendly. You're my baby girl from the moment I meet you. Like, love you. Like... I just like making people feel good, like, especially the girls. Like, I love hyping them up. I just love making any girl feel good. Sometimes, though, because I'm doing that, they're like, Jessie wants to be best friends with me. But maybe that girl that doesn't like you, maybe she's a little bit like that too. Maybe she's like, oh my gosh, that's too much commitment. Anyway, where was I going? OMG. I don't know. Anyway, what I was going to say is, so last year, I really got over myself in a way. It's definitely still kind of there when I meet people that I think are really cool. Like, when I genuinely really like someone, I do find it hard to put myself out there and be like, you're so cool, you're so beautiful. Like, you know, when you, like, hype someone up so much, you're like, I'm so cringe, like, fan behave. Literally, no. Like, think about when someone's doing that to you, right? It's kind of rare that you would have like that fan behavior. I feel like that only happens when you give them nothing but they're giving you everything, like non-stop. Like, then it's like, what? I think also sometimes when girls are younger than me, when that happens, like at the start, sometimes I do get turned off. But also I'm starting to learn that that's just like young girls admiring, like obviously I'm like that with girls who are older than me. Like, I'm like, hi. And that's fine. That's so cute and adorable. Girls are so cute. I literally cannot. I really tried to like meet a lot of people. Some were kind of like misses. Others were great hits though. And that's the thing. Yeah, putting yourself out there, meeting new people, blah, 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 blah. Holy. But also like, no, because yes, not everyone is going to be like that. I think it's also quite powerful when you can move through a group that disagrees with you and you still like stay grounded in what your opinion is and you're still calm about it. It can be very educating for both sides. Even if people don't end up changing their opinion on either side, it's still just beneficial. It also helps you to learn maybe why other people might think that way. Again, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to change your mind, but that's just more evidence. Like, it just builds the world more in your head. Like, it gives you more deeper understanding. Like, if you know that people believe in this because of like this cause or like this hardship, whatever it is, like you can still look at those roots and apply that to your thinking and theory, whatever. Does that make sense? I don't know. That's gone so far from female friendships. Let's dial it back. Okay. Essentially, at the end of the day, like, it's hard. It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl. But you know, like, it really is. That song was crazy and it was really needed. Because I think it, like, addressed something that we've never really addressed before. And that's the fact that, like, we all are in constant competition, whether we like it or not. Like, I don't know if it could stem from a few things, okay? But either way, it does just need to, if you can override it manually, try to do so, essentially. Like, even if it, like, pains you. Guys, my phone was just about to die and I didn't even know. My friend texted me and I went to go reply to her and then I was like, wait, I'm on 2%. Pause. Also, she was like, can I come over to help you, like, organize? Guys, all I've done is put the makeup brushes into the container. I want to invite her, but then I'll get cringe. We'll show you guys the roof. It'll be fucking slow. No, let's keep talking about the female friendships. What I do want to say is, literally, that's your sister, that's your girl. Even if you see something and you're, like, kind of cringe, it's a girl, so literally just comment being, like, cute. Literally just force it out of yourself. Because you'll actually be surprised. Some girls, I'm like, cringe. But then, like, I give them a chance, and honestly, it's probably just that they remind me of myself a little bit. And guess who's a little bit cringe? Guess who has 2 thumbs and is a little bit cringe? Oh, gang, I don't know how to... No, I do know how. I'm being fucking dramatic. Me when I literally have to clean. No, don't make me. My phone's, like, plugged in, so I keep pulling the cord and then the phone comes flying with it. Thanks. I don't know what else there is to add. I keep, like, getting distracted. I think at the end of the day, literally just, like, be kind to the girlies. If you're, like, I'm not saying, like, always let the girlies do what they want to do. I don't know, like, within reason, figure it out yourself. Figure out what feels right to you. That's all the advice anyone ever needs, ever. Sit down alone, think, maybe write it down, and just see how you feel in here. Like, all of it. Just literally sit there and be like, is that right? If you're still questioning things, it might not be right. Though, like, sometimes you overthink it. If you had that initial, like, it's right. It probably is right. You're just overthinking. I think when you know, you know. When you know, you know. And I think that, like, applies to a lot. And we kind of, like, ran through... No! Vibes for Jessie in 2025. Chunky vibes 2025. We already talked about the lack of pandering. She knows what's up. Also, another thing, too. This is going to sound so big-headed, but bear with me. There's something so freeing about being a kind of attractive girl who's weird as shit. Because I was always weird, right? But I wasn't always necessarily hot. So I would be very, very weird, and then people would just tell me to shut the fuck up. But now, people are like... and I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? Sorry, I do have a problem with being too vague sometimes. Sorry. I just feel like once you start getting into... Well, at least with me. Once I start getting into details, it actually makes it more confusing. Let people fill it in. Like, fill in the gaps. Because also another thing, too, is I feel like people, when you fill in the gaps, when you read between the lines, you're reading what you need to read. Do you know what I mean? Say a friend comes up to you and she's, like, explaining this annoying scenario that happened at work. She might get up to the bit where she's like, and it just, like, felt... And you might say, like, oh, it just felt uncomfortable. And she's like, no, it felt, like, awesome. I feel like, and you know, your brain is, like, putting in the words that you think, like, you think and feel. I could be wrong, though. You could just be, like, guessing or something. Because sometimes I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I think I just try and guess. Like, I just, like, try and put on my little empathy cap. And I'm like, how did it make her feel? Yeah, so I like to keep things a little bit vague. Sorry, I also actually can't finish, like, a point. Go like drawing a star. Vibes for 2025, I definitely want to try and just dress better. I do want to expand my wardrobe in a sense. What I want to do, well, I want to refine it while also expanding it. I feel like I have a lot of just a lot, and it's been fun. This is the thing, is like, I feel like this is like a trend right now, as being like, okay, like getting my wardrobe. Like Emma Chamberlain did a video, which that shit made me cry. I don't think it actually made me cry, but like that just like moved me in a way that I'd never been moved before, like personal fashion wise. I think, I don't know, I think I'm being dramatic. When I saw that, I saw the pieces that she had like chosen for herself in a way, or like kept for herself. It all made sense for her. I saw everything and I was like, yeah, like, yes, that's the woman who you are and like becoming. And then I kind of look at my wardrobe and I'm like, there's like shit here from when I was 16. There's also stuff in here that I'm like, I could wear this when I'm 30. But what I do mean to say is like, I think that I'm someone who likes a lot of stuff. I like a lot of different aesthetics. I think that anything that's like styled really well just looks good. Like, I think I'm just literally a fashion fan. There's nothing that's like off limits for me. I feel like any item of clothing I could style with something else, but it wouldn't necessarily be my vibe. I would be trying to like embody a character. Do you know what I mean? Obviously there are different shapes and cuts that don't suit me. That's not, yeah. Anyway, okay, maybe, no, fuck the desk. You guys, one more thing before I go. Is this gonna be the first video? Is this lit? Low-key, set the bar low. Maybe that's the way I need to go. Maybe this will be the first video, literally to like muddy the water. Am I making up a figure of speech? I'm not doing a full dive and I'm not expecting it to be a 10 out of 10. I'm like doing a fucking cannonball. 5 to 2025 cannonball. Honestly, I was such an impulsive like child and teenager and everything. And then I really cleaned up my act. Well, some people wouldn't say so. I would definitely say so. If you knew me as a teenager and you know me now, you would agree. Though a lot of people still say I'm so immature and shit. And it's like, sorry for like trying to just like be silly and whimsical and like adolescent. In a fun like Peter Pan way. I'm a child forever. Also, that's like weird for some reason. Maybe we'll just leave it at like silly. She's just silly. She's so random. I'm not immature, I'm just random. Okay, no, like, actually though. Okay. I'm gonna watch this back and be like, you never finished talking about this, queen. Hey, reply to this. What's the weather like? Editing, do you see? The weather is actually phenomenal. Also, this is actually taking days, but you shouldn't have rambled so much. I can't. That's so weird. Guys, I actually, like, don't have a train of thought, I'm starting to realize, because I can't remember what I was, like, anything I was just saying, I'm not gonna lie. Is that bad? I'm low-key so lucky, like, no, I'm not low-key, like, I'm so lucky. Like, I'm such a lucky person. Let's just put that out there. I'm so lucky. I love a dangly earring, too. Anyone who knows me, I love a dangly earring. These ones are adorable. I don't ever buy, like, fancy ones. But I don't ever buy fancy anything. But going back to the wardrobe thing, that's what I was talking about. Essentially, like, I do want nicer pieces. Like, I don't mind low-key like spending more on specific like pieces, because I don't mind if my wardrobe's smaller if every single thing in it is super like nice quality and also just versatile and fashionable. Like, I think that I do have trouble trying to figure out like what is my style. Like, the thing is it's not like I'm like influenced by trends, like it convinces me I like that. It's just because I was saying like I like so much of fashion. If something's like just worn well, I'm gonna think it looks amazing and I'm gonna want to replicate that or something, you know what I mean? And I also like, I don't know, like it's just fun. Like, I'm just like, oh, I want to give that a go. Oh, I want to be a fisherman. Oh, I want to be a tomato girl. I love dressing up, I think. Like, I love a costume. It's so weird because sometimes I'm like, I have no sense of self. But then also, a lot of people tell me that I'm like I'm very me. I'm very almost self-confident and like I am. I don't know. It's strange. It's strange, man. I guess it's hard to like compare because it's not like you get to experience other people's brains. Like, I don't know how developed taste-wise other people's brains are. But I also did see this thing on TikTok not that long ago that was like, how to get a good taste. It was like, essentially just like being an insecure teenager with an individuality complex. Tick. Like, I have favorite brands, designers, movies, artists. I know what I like, but also I feel like what I like is so broad. Like it's rare for me to be like, I don't like that kind of thing. So essentially, I think this year I really just want to kind of go on a journey figuring out what silhouettes I tend to choose over others, seeing what colors I tend to choose over others. I'm not necessarily someone who wants to just pick colors that look great on me, but it would be nice to just figure out what kind of complements my aura most. Not so much just the hair, face, eyes, like, but actually just the whole movement. Sometimes when you see people, you can think of like a specific color. I think it would just be really cool to have more of a specific character design. One time, this was years and years ago, but my friend was talking about how she kind of likes like a smaller amount of clothes that she rotates through, because it feels like a cartoon character. Like, you're so recognizable, you're almost known for that item, like, or that someone would see the item and be like, that is so this person. I feel like I don't have that. Like, I feel like someone could pick up anything and be like, this is so Jessie. But also, like, I feel like I pick up stuff all the time when I'm like, I love this, and people are like, you do? You like that? I don't know. I think fashion is one of the areas where I'm definitely like, I have a lot of confidence in it. Like, I'll wear whatever, but I definitely don't have like a set kind of idea of what is me, what is Jessie in terms of fashion. I think that there's some things that really come to mind right now, but also it seems so with the times. I think too, though, like, when it comes to trends, it's not the worst thing ever. I think that it's like interesting, just the just the collective conscious of it all. Like, I find it so fascinating that, like, all at the same time we're kind of like, bloomers are kind of cool. And people talk about how it's like this influence of trends or like celebrities or whatever, or like you see the clothes on a nice body or styled in a nice way and you're like, oh, I could make that cunt. Like, I need those. I think that like that there is more to it than just people being influenced. Like, I do think that fashion moves in an almost spiritual way. Though, as I get older, I feel like I see a lot of things moving in a more spiritual way. That could literally be me. I could be going through horrible psychosis and I don't know. You know what I mean? And the funny part is like, the more that people are like, lock in, like, get your bag, da-da-da-da, the more that I like grow up and mature, the more I'm like, no. Like, I'll tap in. I'm not locking in. That one's for another video, I think. I guess that's kind of it. 2025, I definitely want to not grow my wardrobe, grow my fashion identity. That's a great way of putting it. Write that down. 2025. Also, I wrote in my notes app, I think I was high when I wrote it, but I wrote, hot girl distracts guard trope. The guards trope. You know, like in movies when, like, people are gonna go, like, I was about to say storm the Capitol, that's not what I mean, like, storm the castle or whatever. Like, it literally happens in Shrek. I'm thinking of Shrek specifically, I don't know why. But also, every other example I could think of in my head was, like, guys dressing up as girls, and I feel like that's a really funny trope as well. But it's funny because I feel like I always saw the guys dressing up as girls before I ever saw, like, an actual, like, girl distract the guard. That was first in Shrek for me, I think.
I'm gonna let you guys like kind of read between the lines here, but I'm only just remembering now what actually happens, and like, I can't remember which Shrek movie it is. The girls aren't distracting someone so that other people can sneak in, I don't think. But they fucking kick ass. They kick ass. Read between the lines. I don't know why I've been thinking so heavily about it, but it's kind of beautiful.
Actually, does it even happen in Shrek, or am I literally making it up? I think it does. In like the third. No, I think it's in the first movie. No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't know when it is. I don't know. Maybe second or something. I don't know. Okay, well, anyway, get on with it. So, the guards are at the door, right? Like, they're making sure no one gets through. Beautiful girl comes up. Hoo-hoo, hi guards. The guards drop their weapons. Oh, a lady. I don't know why. I can't get it out of my head. And I think it has something to do with 25. This is where I really start to sound psychotic. Okay, the thing is, I think this is for another video. But I think I'm going to record it just to kind of get it out. But I think that in 2025, there needs to be a lot of, like, understanding. There needs to be a lot of, like, community, right? There needs to be a lot of, like, us merging back together. Because, well, I don't even need to explain. But yeah, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna clear off my desk for realsies. Okay, I'll probably edit this up. It won't be a long video because fuck the long videos, man. Like, we've only just gotten onto YouTube again. We've only just gotten back on here. Like, let's leave it. Like, I can do longer than 15 seconds, but let's not make it, like, longer than, like, you know? Ugh.
You recorded like 2 hours. You recorded like yourself for 2 hours.
See, I personally don't mind sitting down to watch a 40-minute video. Like, I've watched longer than that. You know, just on a casual little, like, you know, like, when you're just watching, like, you're just having your content time. I wouldn't mind putting on a 40-minute video. I know some of you guys are different, though, and that's why I don't want to do a 40-minute video.
Girl, I cut out, like, as much as I could, babe. As much as I could.
That's why I don't even really want it to be longer than, like, 10 to 15. But really, like, I gotta have it in short little chunks. Otherwise, people aren't gonna be interested. Not because I'm not interesting, but because everyone's brains are, like, actually fried. But anyway, I hope that was fun. I know it was really chill, but like I said, if I kind of just, like, start off here, the expectations I set for myself aren't that huge. And I think that's a really good thing, because I sometimes think that I put the bar up here and I'm, like, climbing so hard to try and get there, but I'm never going to get to that bar. So just lower the bar and just get it out of the way, and then you can keep going up the rungs. Run. I don't think I've ever... Is that the word, rungs? It doesn't feel right. It's like, I think it's right, but it didn't sound right when I said it, eh? Is it my accent? I think I already said where I'm from, but comment down below where you think my accent's from, because a lot of people, like, in my home country, that was so weird to say home country. That was weird. People who ask me, like, where are you from? Like, where's your accent from? Guys, I'm, like, same place as you. What do you mean? Comment down below where you think I'm from. If I did mention it earlier in the video, I might bleep it out.